are now live right now, live on Russell Talk Media, live. For a lot of y'all that are looking for the week of wrestling report that we usually do on Fridays, well, week of wrestling has been moved to Sunday. Yes, I repeat, week of wrestling has been moved to Sunday. So the WOW, Russell Talk Media's WOW report of the week has been moved to Sunday because of all the festivities that are going on right now. You know, you have there's so much going on. We had our Raw, we had our TNA Impact, we had our NXT and Ring of Honor and SmackDown, and now we got a Saturday and a Sunday to deal with. We got MSG, Mass Square Garden, WWE's presenting Brock Lesnar pay-per-view there, and also Sunday we're hit with the Bound for Glory, the biggest pay-per-view for TNA, Bound for Glory in North Carolina. So we got a lot dealing with wrestling. So we have to extend the week of wrestling to Sunday instead. For those of you that are looking for the week of wrestling, yeah, we will report that this Sunday or Sunday night following after Bound for Glory, because that's going to be one hell of a week. But I am your co-host of the show, T-Sean the One, and my guy
on internet who doesn't like reviews, aka American Alucard.
He's in the building. He's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we're covering right now is the war is on. and some I understand y'all don't like that, we say that title or present it, but for anybody that is bitter about specifically this title, it's misleading. No, it's not misleading, because I'm gonna break it down for you guys with a bit of a science here now. Because I just had a fella, he commented, he said he put on a post. For those that are reading the post, we got one in Gerg Report. Please join the Gerg Report podcast room, and also TNA Wrestling Chat. Join that group, and also Wrestle Talk Media. Join that group. So for those of you that want some groups on Facebook, please have at it. Join, like I said, the Gerg Report is on TNA. Is on Facebook, and TNA Wrestling Chat. It's a pretty good group, and Wrestle Talk Media is, of course, a pretty good group as well. But these are the ones that I put a few posts in there, and I got one of the responses I got in one of the other rooms. The guy, he was pretty much, I guess he doesn't like the title in a sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and if he's listening and tuned in right now, I'm gonna go ahead and address him as well as anybody else. Now, one thing you have to understand about this is me and American Icon just got done talking about is the reason why there is a hint of excitement, why there should be a lot of excitement, because as the guy was saying, the guy that responded to me, he was like, these are they're just two friends. They're just ribbing each other, playing with each other. I'm like, okay, all right. No matter if Guido and because they're talking about Guido and Finn Balor. No matter if Guido and Finn Balor are friends and they're ribbing each other, it would not matter, because you know what really matters. In the reference of The Rock, what really matters is this, sir. The fact that the CEOs will not like this. Let's keep it real. Do you think Vince McMahon, if it reached that media tension or gets that hype, do you really think that Vince McMahon is gonna like that? Do you really think he's gonna like hearing Finn Balor or if TNA was? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and keep where I'm at. Guys, I got a habit of jumping off subject, but Triple H, for one, I think he's gonna laugh, but then he's gonna be like, "Hey, Vince ain't gonna like this shit. Like, come on, man, you got to think. You can't be doing this because it's right before Bound for Glory. That's giving TNA promotion." Or for those that don't know nothing about TNA, they know about TNA now. Because Finn Balor has a hell of a. How many followers do he have? American Alucard? He is
240,000.
He has a lot of fucking followers.
Well, the response to that, people say, "Well, it's a negative. It's negative posting or negative news." Now people say,
you know what? I often when I look at a trailer for a movie, majority of the time I see negative comments. Sometimes I still view or check it out myself. So I feel what they're trying to say, but at the same time, that doesn't help it. I've heard you. Hell, we've all heard negative thing about a certain girl. We're like, oh man, she hope, man, she no good, and we still fuck up. Or you still at least check it out. You know, let's check it out. See what it's about. See what it's about. So let's not act naive and they're not gonna check it out because everybody giving the bad comments. But no, I heard a lot of mixed comments. I checked out Finn Balor's tweet on WWE, Finn Balor, and I checked the stuff out, and it's a lot of it's just funny. It's funny comments. There's not that much offensive towards it. I mean, it may be some may renewed now, but it was a lot of a lot of in the middle comments. But you know, still fact remains that people that may not know you can't run away from it. That's promotion. Because at least if you're going to do a shot, or you have to do a shot, or if you take that picture, upload that picture next week or something. Don't do it. I'm just saying, Alucard. Don't upload that son bitch before Bound for. Don't do that. That's the biggest paper. Or for one, if they wanted to, you know, now we're gonna go on the flip side of things. Say, for instance, TNA found this to be offensive as a slander, because on the serious side, you can't see the offensive in it because he is, you know, he's throwing the suck it sign. Everybody knows what the DX suck it chop is. They know that, or the X chop. We know what that means. X, right? We know what they're getting at. You know, everybody knows the suck it sign. So when you tell somebody to suck it, it's not a good thing, really. It's a big nasty, naughty a derogatory term that you're using towards something. So we know what that's what he's hitting it like. Stick it to you. You know, he might as well throw up the finger sign like, yeah, you know. But for those that are trying to be on that, I act like I don't know what was really going on type of tip, or act like, oh, it's not a big deal. Yes, it is, because we don't really know the gist of this joke. You know, we really don't know. I got inside sources, but they're not that close right now, or I'm not hearing anything from anybody. As far as that, it's a cool little prank, or whatever like that. I'm pretty sure if Guido and Finn Balor. Yeah, Guido, however you pronounce the guys, man. I sound like the Pope, man. Shout out to Elijah Burke, man. Good friend of mine. But yeah, because I know he's always messes his name up too as well. But what I'm getting to is this here. No matter if they're friends, they probably just now talked about it. It may have not knew that Guido may have not known anything about this attempted joke. But he probably, you know, Finn Balor probably got in touch with him, blase, and he probably said, "Hey man, you posted the picture." Like, oh man, just joking. Like, okay, okay. It probably be one they just came together and said, "Okay, well, it was a joke. All right, well, cool." You know, blase. But I don't think we don't know how it could have played out, because many are running defense like, "Oh, he's just ripping. He's just playing and joking." But you don't know. We really don't know the level of where we don't know if there could be history between Finn Balor and TNA. I've heard about that part, but it was mild. It was like, you know, possibilities of going and here and there. But at the same, we don't know what's really the agenda or what really is the reason why he posted it, unless we see a video, unless we see a full out video of Finn. Because hell, if they're taking pictures, it ain't hard to take a video. You know, so for everybody that's running the trap, running all this loose goose shit, like, oh no, trying to give it damage control, like, chill out, TNA fans, or chill out, because no, you can't come to me with the TNA fan shit, because American Icon knows like anybody else. I'm pretty much a wrestling fan. I guess sometimes I'm biased with certain brands because I give them a shot, but then again, if they don't amaze me, I kind of like, all right, I stay clear of that. But when it comes to W and TNA, I'm pretty much. I'm probably the most middle person that you'll find when it comes to that. Show that screen again, America, because it just went off. But I'm probably the most middle person that you'll find in this aura. You know, when it comes to wrestling, because I'm TNA and WWE. But I grew up on WWE more. So, you know, but I'm TNA native. You know, so You know, what can I say? That's why I got to keep. I'm probably the one person that can keep it real when it comes to this situation. But at the same time, we don't know what's the gist of this joke. If it's a joke, if it's really, I think of course it's really a shot, because there ain't no goddamn way that Vince McMahon approved it. If you can tell me that Vince McMahon approved that shit, okay, I'll shut the fuck up.
And then also it's history with Prince Devitt and TNA, where Devitt he was about to be signed to TNA, but then I want to say he didn't renege, he just didn't go. He decided to go to NXT, and then you see all the rest of the a couple of NXT roster on the right side of the picture. Jason Jordan, and it's a wonder who took the picture, so it might have been somebody from NXT anyway, or Triple H, probably Triple H.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, damn, Triple H. Now I if that's true, I don't believe it. It can't be that. That's a little
NXT at the most. It's somebody from NXT who took the picture. And what if it was the boy Joe?
I mean, I was trying to hint it. I was like, I think I did my W thing. I tried the damage controller earlier with you on the phone. I was saying for the fans that didn't hear, I said maybe a fan took it, but it was no. I said that I think it's an old picture. I like maybe it's an old picture, something like that. But then again, it ain't an old picture because he took it today, and they're in Nashville for the show. So I'm like, well, shit, fuck, you got me, American, because I tried the damage controller. I was like, oh, it's an old picture. And then when I told you, it's an old picture. Somebody just probably posted an old picture of him in Nashville or whatever when he was trying to get it ticked. But you like, oh no, he posted on his page. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, he did. So I was sitting there looking stupid. So no, let's not damage control. Let's not throw this water under the bridge. Let's sweep it under. Let's sweep it on the rug real quick. It's nothing. It's not TNA fans. So to the TNA fans, do get excited. To the WWE fans, do get excited, because this is good, actually. You know, but it's only good if TNA is smart enough to know how to capitalize on this. But let me get back to the negative side of things where it could go if TNA higher ups are assholes and try to take this as an offensive situation to work, because TNA has beat WWE's ass, they've kicked WWE's ass and taken them to court a lot. So that has been a problem. Like TNA's been sued fucking WWE several fucking times. But I understand, like I was telling America, I understand why, of course, that's really the reason why TNW don't want to mention any shape, fashion, or form of TNA. And to a friend of mine that posted on social media saying that W doesn't acknowledge any other company, or the other ones are not or non-existent. No, that's not true. W does acknowledge New Japan. It doesn't acknowledge Ring of Honor. They do acknowledge AAA. If you don't remember, they acknowledge New Japan because of course the stars that come off from New Japan. They acknowledge AAA. Hell, when Alberto Del Rio came over, when Tommaso Sin Cara, they was telling them every person, every place everywhere they've been, and every person that came around into existence of AAA, they mentioned AAA and W. They mentioned Ring of Honor. And so DVDs. Yeah, so but no, they don't mention TNA like they stop. They mention TNA on a YouTube on one of the YouTube channels. I don't know if it's still. I don't know if the video's still up, but I forget the guy's name. I keep forgetting his name. He does the
Grisham. I think Grisham. Might be Todd Grisham. No?
Yeah, that's it. Todd Grisham. That's right. Todd Grisham. He did the little like the who do you know or what do you know, or something that like them little segments he be doing, and he was talking about AJ Styles, he's talking about Samoa Joe, and he was telling they mentioned TNA in them. So that was the first time I remember seeing comments on it, like if they don't still up, y'all can see it too. There was comments on it like, wow, did he really just mention TNA? He's gonna get fired. Everybody was like, people were like, oh my gosh, Todd Grisham mentioned TNA? He's crazy. He's insane. That was funny to them. But now I hope TNA don't do this. I hope they buy into the fun of it and don't try to do no legal situation, because now I do understand that this is serious. Some of you may be like, it ain't serious, but it is serious though, because this can. TNA has a small argument. I'm trying not to sell it short, but they have an argument because this is allegedly their biggest pay-per-view.
And slander right before the pay-per-view, it could be used as slander.
Yeah, so it can be used as slander. You know, to them saying, "Hey, this is," because then there's evidence too. There's evidence on Twitter that people are buying into it. Yeah, TNA sucks. Yeah. And they're pointing fingers and laughing and googling. So it is slander. You know, because of course, if you're by the brand and throwing up the suck it sign, you know, that's, come on now, it's pretty much common sense. You know, it can be used as, why is this WWE talent standing right by our sign throwing up the suck it sign? You know, but I hope TNA don't go that route and try to, you know, lube out like that. Oh, it's like this is no. Don't go snitching. You know, I would like what the right way that TNA should respond to this is, I put it on Facebook. I put the TNA has 24 hours to respond on his message with self-destruct. Respond, but not TNA. One of the soups. Hell, take Bram off suspension. Let Bram respond. Shit. Let somebody respond. Damn it. You know, because I mean, I know you don't want to mess up certain wrestlers' relationships with WWE. What I think some of them like, oh no, I love WWE. Hell, I'm pretty sure Mr. Anderson would love to send a shout out. You know, there's wrestlers that would love to send a shout out to WWE that don't give a shit. Hell, you can call, if you want to call up Caval or Low Key. he'll gladly, I'll do it for you guys for free. You know, but TNA should respond with their wrestlers. They should respond and hell, do somebody was somebody say something about that the legal matters, that the TNA can't do go down there and you know, mess with NXT. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They can. The only thing TNA has to do is do what WWE did. They didn't do anything really offensive, like when DX. What I'm alluding to, what I'm referring to, is when DX invaded. Well, basically approached the was it the WCW taping of Nitro, and they were in the same area, and they rode up over there on the tank. Well, not the tank. It wasn't really a big ass. It was like
it was a Jeep with a
yeah, Jeep. So why does everybody always say tank? I noticed that. We some lying motherfuckers. We always say the tank. They rolled in with a tank. Oh, it was a tank. No, it was a damn Jeep with a miniature scope of a cannon. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, we get the gist of what it was going, what they was trying to do. But you know, they didn't do anything offensive. You know, they didn't violate anything. Now, if they would have went inside, it would have been a different story. You know, but they didn't. You know, and we don't know. It wasn't that they could. TNA can actually go to the venue and be like, "Hey, let us in. They can do the same thing." Now, I can tell you right now, WWE would be the ones not responding. They would most definitely get punked out. I do not believe that they would acknowledge TNA being out there or saying anything, or they most. I don't think, because right now is the age of digital videos everywhere. So I Spy is everywhere. So of course they can go down there and be talking noise. Come on out, NXT. You guys talk all that noise. Come on out here. So this is WWE for you guys. They can do that right now. Or they don't even have to mention the name. They can just basically just show you know where they are or whatever like that, and just give reference towards where they are, and that this company won't come out. And that's just hell. And everybody else is gonna hype it up. The whole social media is gonna hype it up. TNA was outside of it, but NXT sent the first shot. Like, that would be, TNA would be fucking geniuses. You know, even TNA haters can't do nothing but acknowledge that, yo, that would be fucking genius. And you can't lie that you would be excited, because it's fresh. It's something that we've missed for a long time. We've seen too much like, and these are two brands that legitimately do not like each other. There is no easy blood here. No. This is type A and type B. They do not get along very well. So Yes, it will be exciting. For everybody that's acting like they won't be excited, yes, you will. Unless you want them crybabies like, oh, I don't want to see TNA get hurt. I don't want to get WWE get hurt. I don't want to see this. Or you, if you're WWE, mark out, because you got the Mark fans. The Mark fans are the ones like, I don't want them to even acknowledge that disgusting brand. I fucking hate them. They're just so low budget. They're so this, so that. I'm like, okay, look, what the fuck are you talking about? for you pandering TNA floozies, look, don't be afraid. Hell, let TNA branch out. Let them shoot shots. Let them go. Let them do what they do. You know, there's nothing worse that can happen. What just happened. If the worst that can happen is them not responding. Some say, well, TNA's not that big. They can't, so they already lose anyway. No, they're not losing. They're up. They're still in their. I guess they're in their what, their teen years going about them there, but they are in their baby years. You know, so let's not act like they're not really infinite in this. So they still look good. Yeah, you know. Let's not act like they don't do numbers on TV. Let's not act like they don't have a major audience worldwide. So they do. You know, no matter how little we try to sell, because I tried to sell them little, but we can't sell them too little because shit, TNA is not just a little. If they wanted to, and I have come to terms with this, if they wanted to, they can get bigger. You know, if Panda Energy say, you know what, we're gonna throw in an extra billion, if they wanted to really show off, they could do it. But I think this is my theory. It seems to me that, you know, they're doing just fine right now. Like when people say, oh, they're going out of business, they're going to cancel, go out of business. Come on, guys, really? I mean, they should have been dead. That's a wrestling company. It's been around for years, and y'all may know what I'm talking about. It's called NWA. They had a fucking TV deal in years, let alone that much of goddamn promotion. But have they? I know some goes. So you're comparing NWA to TNA? Why not? Weren't they just working together? So why not? TNA is a rub off of NWA. The Jerrys have dealings with NWA as well. So let's not act like this is like like a company can't still survive without especially with the TV deals or whatever like that. But TNA has plenty of TV deals. And then for one, we're in the age of social media. You know, even on the farther extent, hell, all thing I do is get a subscription network or YouTube. Hell, you can YouTube all your goddamn shows. You still gonna pull in ratings and views. But I fall back. But still, let me be a TNA or WWE rant. This is I'm not proud of. Well, I'm being the W mark. I'm not proud of WWE for this one. Or I know these are employees, and you can't control the way the employees feel. Yes, you can. They do it all the time. Like hell, X Sting, two guys by the name of Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley. Hell, do I need to go further? Because I swear they came from somewhere. There's a guy by the name of Samoa Joe that just left the company, a national company. And was he able to say TNA? No. But I heard Ring of Honor.
I've been traveling all around the world.
Yeah, but it said Ring of Honor. Said that. But I'm just saying, they can muffle their clients. Just they can. Let's not lie. They can do that. Oh yeah, brother. They can muffle the clients and tell them shut the fuck up. Don't you say nothing. So I'm pretty freaking sure they did not. I'm pretty sure they didn't authorize this. But I'm pretty sure Balor knew. But let's think. But then American, let's get into a Balor. I know people like Tishan. You're doing a whole lot of running, but hey, American allowed me to talk. Hell, but let's get into Balor. He's a
very talented wrestler, but you know,
my question is, can they really muffle him? Because Now let's not forget the history of Balor with W. Like they said, when he came there, he was kind of a bit of a
he was a big deal, and he still is a big deal. Well, New Japan, he was one of the first guys to be a light heavyweight to challenge for the heavyweight title. He made the Bullet Club, the thing that's popular now. He was the guy that started it. He was ranked as one of the top 10 wrestlers in the country by magazines and stuff like that. So he has a lot of pull.
Yeah, and when he came to WWE, he made some statements of people. Like, I remember one of the sources saying that he kind of acted like he had been there, done that already,
which is true.
He was like,
in New Japan, he main evented the show, and he main event always on the card. Like what WrestleMania is, New Japan has that. The Wrestle Kingdom, he's been there multiple times, and Sam McCray. I forgot how big it is, but you saw Wrestle Kingdom, how big the crowd was.
Mm-hmm.
They have bigger crowds, so he's been there, big crowd and everything like that. It's nothing new to Finn.
So that's why I asked the question: can they muffle Finn Balor? Because I've heard that he's a bit of a hothead. Like he won't bow down to a lot of shit. He won't take a lot. Like if you come at him with some, all right, well look, we need you to do it. Balor's like, fuck you, man. How dare you talk to me like that? I do that and I fucking won't. I'm not saying he's that vulgar, but I'm just saying, like, I heard that Balor ain't no bitch when it comes to obeying orders like that. So they better have him on a very strict contract. But I'm thinking if they do have him on a very strict contract, they just did a poorly job with this one because he just did something that I don't think the company approved of. So for anybody that's saying for you, I think America, you said this shit. Said Triple H probably I highly doubt that one because for one, there's some pros and cons with this now. Because everybody's trying to act like it's not a big deal. It actually is a big deal. Now the pros and cons of this, they're in Nashville. Now let's not be stupid. For us Tennessee folks, we know. Oh, they love TNA. They don't play about their TNA. Let's not act like we're novice. Hell, ask Jared about that. Some folks don't play about their TNA. That's all the way back to the Sodom days. The Nashville audience, they love their TNA. Let's not play as stupid or dumb. Like, oh, they don't know the shit. It's the shit like hell they do. So we can play it dumb, like, oh, this is a smart. I don't think that was a very smart idea because you can have a situation. Now, this is where TNA, I think they fit. I don't know if I haven't looked on social media to see if TNA has made any shockwaves or talking about it, but they should have really jumped on this one. They need a social media team because something like this happens. They need a social media team that they can. Okay, cool. Let's get do a video or do a tweet right now. Let's do this. Let's do this because this is what I'm saying. So now what you're gonna have is. If TNA would have responded in a very firing way, what's that? The NxT show tonight would have been heavily. I mean,
he could still turn out bad for them. You could get a lot of crowd ups. Even though they paid and still giving dirty money, it could still disrupt the show by saying boo or wink or like it could.
Yeah, that's very well true. That can happen. That's the serious part about it, is that those Nashville audiences, they're not gonna shine it out like they don't. No, they will fuck your shit up. They will holler out some shit. So let's not act like that. I don't think that was a very smart idea. You gonna have, of course, you got W Marks in there, but let's not act like this is not TNA country. Nashville is TNA country. So you going up, you in their city and state. And if as that poster get out, I'm interested. I want to watch. Is it live tonight? The NxT show is live tonight.
It's a house show.
Oh, it's a house show. Oh, they're lucky. Well, hopefully somebody. A matter of fact, for anybody that's in Tennessee right now that is actually there, that's going to be at the show tonight. You have video footage. Please post it. Let me see. Tell me what happens because now knowing that it's a lot, it's a house show and it's not. There's no no cameras like that. It's not broadcast on NxT on NxT per se. It's not broadcast on NxT or the network. Okay, I understand. I get it. Cool. They're safe, but I wouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be surprised. Oh, I would be shocked if there's no response, because I think the Fan Balor, is posting and got around quite a bit. I think it has. I don't know if it, but I think
like you type in Google Finn Balor, it's
trending.
Yeah, it's trending. Yeah.
Oh, well, I just wish the TNA would have made a bigger deal about this, because that NXT show would be a fucking massacre. That's WB needs to thank. They need to thank TNA for not really coming at them. But I'm hoping by TNA being silent that they're not, because you may say, well, TNA, they're not being silent. This other guy said some other, and no, they didn't, but they didn't say nothing really slandering. Guido didn't, Grado, as you say, he didn't do anything slandering. He just stood there and made a caption, but he didn't do a gesture.
It was an old picture from I guess when Finn Balor and him were trying to try out for NXT, or he was trying out for NXT.
Yeah, so that doesn't work. That doesn't do it. So therefore, I'm hoping that TNA is not going to try to do any legal matter against them. Like, come on, guys, don't do that. Like, go at it. Unless there's something, there's some type of, I don't know, because there's a lot of things behind the scene that we don't know. As far as there can be a legal restraint from TNA saying anything about it or doing anything slander or whatever they can take. So there's a lot of stuff that can go on. But this is very interesting to me, because it's like, whoa, this is something that damn well Triple H didn't say go ahead and do it, or Vince McMahon said go ahead and do it. So for everybody's acting like it's not, you lost your damn mind. But WWE they can thank TNA for not going in on this like they should. Like, I should see post on the fucking ImpactWrestling.com page. That should be YouTube the updated videos. That should be they need to be covering this. They should be fire hot, or acting like they're fire hot, because this is good promotion. Because you got to defend your pay-per-view. That's Bound for Glory. You got to defend that on the heels of like this is the day to do it. You don't wait. Please don't try to wait. No, don't try to wait weeks or day there to that. Don't do that. Y'all need to, or Saturday. I'm gonna give them to Saturday. Saturday, TNA needs to make some good response. Make some good response and do it like that. Make a hell. Let EY do it.
Or EC3.
Ooh. Okay, EC3 will be taking it too far. Hold up, man. Look, I know you on look. I'm over there on TNA. I know y'all got he's the baddest heel. Like, come on now. You take me too far. If EC3, if he does it, that's crushing. That's not. See, you're stupid too low. That wouldn't even be fair.
Yeah, because
it's like putting Seth Rollins up against EC3 on a fucking promo panel. Like, no, that's just no. That's no comparison.
Well, Finn, cool. He's a better wrestler per se in the ring, but as far as Mike and like just overall wit, he kind of, I don't know where his personality went when he joined NXT. I don't know where that thing went.
Well no, I said Seth Rollins. I was saying
yeah.
Seth Rollins at EC3, like Seth Rollins, he I was looking at the like people they were making. They was on the comments, one of the WE comments, and I looked at the TNA post on YouTube, what that, and people they talk so bad about Seth Rollins. Like it was a WE, I think it was a Raw, and they were just constantly saying EC3 is a better appeal. Like it was just a bunch of WE marks. Still, they were like, yo, he ain't got shit on the EC3 dude.
But wait a minute. Seth Rollins is a better champion because WWE makes more money, T-Sean. You forgot about that.
Don't do that. If anybody, I hope nobody don't say no shit like that. Like, fuck out of here with that. But yeah, overwhelmingly is Seth. Oh my gosh, like nah, he's not compared. But still going in, there should be some post-made help, But EC3 responding, that'll be tremendous, because it would really, because EC3 has a lot of marks right now. Everybody's on EC3 shit as far as TNA. Like he's won over a lot of people, so that's pretty damn big. It's pretty freaking big. Oh, I got people constantly. inboxing me right now as we speak and hitting me up about the dang on show, and I'm not responding. I apologize, everybody. I apologize. Well, in the middle of the show, so I apologize. I haven't looked in it, read any comments, but I will read your comments. We'll get to all that. And so stop teasing people. Telling me you going in. Well, I'm going semi in. I ain't going too far in for the people that's commenting, inboxing me, and appreciate it, T-Sean. Good job. This show is amazing. Okay. Appreciate that, guys.
I'm looking at I'm looking at Hiroshi Tanahashi. I didn't know New Japan had like a Money in the Bank thing. It just saw there. But anyway,
yeah.
What do you say? You said what do you want TNA to do as far as a response back?
Oh, what I want TNA to do as far as a response back, like I said, get like I was basically joking around with it. Get wrestlers like EY to go ahead and do a response video, talk crazy, and I would EY is my perfect. He's my perfect candidate. If not Bram, of course, I know Bram is dealing with the suspension or whatever like that. Because he would have been damn believable. But let EY do some crazy shit like show up. No, what would be funny? Let EY show up to the venue while NXT is gone. Showing up, where are you at? Where you guys at? That would be priceless.
You play games with me.
That would be priceless.
Why you play games?
I think that would be awesome.
Play games with me. Why you phone when I call?
That right there, I believe will be so priceless right there at that moment. But we got the audio taken care of. But when I think about the best wrestlers of people to actually be in the lineup far as the go-to, of course EC3 will be a top candidate. But let's say who else? Oh, I say Eli Drake, but I kind of want people that are fresh, or that are fresh, that people that are fresh on the mind. Like I say, EC3, EY, they're fresh on the mind, and they're known for doing some subliminal, bad, or borderline shit. Or hell, like I said, I mentioned earlier, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson's a perfect candidate to say something or get out there and speak his mind. He's damn good at it, especially at cutting promos. Or who else besides those are my top three: EC3, EY, or Mr. Anderson, to make a response video or just some kind of gimmick, act like they're going at Full Sail or whatever like that. Because I guarantee right now, I can guarantee you, and without me even saying it, it's like I'm behind the scenes. I guarantee you that the minute that photo the photo leaked out, that some of the higher up the representatives like, hey, guard Full Sail. Don't let them assholes get nowhere near a WWE facility with a sign. I can guarantee you that shit didn't happen. I can just imagine what some of the TNA, if they were responding, I can imagine what they were doing. They were like, okay, look, let's ride around. Let's go up over there. And no, they ain't barring that shit. I don't, because I'm pretty sure we would have seen a lot of posts where them hanging around the location, but the location of the training facility where they do the NXT, shoot the NXT shows in Florida, they're high on security now because of the shootout that happened, situations that happened already down there, because you've had several incidents that happened down there. So I'm pretty sure that security is very already on alert already for other situations, not for TNA. Not saying, oh, TNA gonna do something like, no. As far as TNA wanted to play a prank or whatever that, I'm pretty sure it's kind of hard. But let me get back to the.
Or the fans could do it. Fans could just come in there and say, this sucks or boring. Or just do TNA chants and start off like that.
W is not that klutzy. What they're gonna do, they're gonna, okay, cool. And they said this, okay. And they probably gonna start redoing the audio. The audio. They could do or they would just say, no, we're gonna tape it tomorrow. We ain't gonna do this right now. We're gonna get a hold of the crowd. W ain't that goddamn stupid. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully WWE's get that advantage, but they can control a small portion of the crowds like that. I'm pretty sure. Cody Rodriguez this is from the TNA Wrestling chat room. He says, well, basically he was encouraging us to do to go live and go in on this one. But I guess he's talking about the war. He wants the war to happen. Do it. And Brandon Bradley. Oh, Brandon Brady. That's Brady. I'm sorry. Brandon Brady says, sounds like WWE is trying to start a new war to help business. You know what? I mean, and Brandon is appreciate you for the comment. He's actually on to something. I could kind of see the tension between the NXT TNA situation when TNA is down there. But if I was TNA, I would spin this. Because they're doing a lot of road shows, but I would spin this. I'll have some of the wrestlers go down there and shoot Impact. I'll shoot Impact episodes down there in TNA. Explosion. I would make it like, okay, well, Explosion is our second show, so it's Explosion versus NXT. TNA Explosion versus. I would spin it. You know, and that's good promotion for TNA Explosion as well. But I would spin that. I'm just saying. You know, I think the foreign fans will like it because TNA Explosion is one that mainly gets filmed a lot. But as you can kind of hear, we got a caller coming in. Oh, we got the girl report up in here.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
What's going on, Frank?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on with you?
Man, we're just laughing and jumping. We're talking about this situation that's going on with the whole picture post, you know, and people are really just feeding into it right now, and I'm loving it. I like it. Now I know you caught wind of it. How do you feel about it?
Well, basically, it's like WWE finally got the revenge on TNA. You remember years ago, the WWE superstars were filming some type. I think they were doing like a Royal Rumble commercial down there at Universal. And you remember when the TNA wrestlers went on the set? Yeah, like Road Dogg and all these different guys out there with Rey Mysterio and all these different dudes. Remember that? So, I mean, I don't know. It's just one of them things where people it's gone viral, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal. To be honest with you, I mean, it's a cool visual to see, you know, Finn Balor outside the TNA offices, but I don't really think it's going to come up nothing. I mean, WWE is not really concerned with TNA, to be honest about it.
Okay, but all right, to the fans out there that's saying that, like you got some that's trying to damage control, saying, well, Triple H probably told him to do this. Do you really think Triple H would tell him to do some shit like that?
I don't think so. No.
Hell to the no.
No, he you know, TNA. I mean, on our show, it's no secret. On our show, I call TNA the dead brand. I call them the dead brand for a reason because that's what they are. They're not on Triple H's radar. Triple H is more concerned, if anything, about, you know, Ring of Honor than he is about TNA. So if he's concerned about Ring of Honor.
Given that said, now would you say it's fair to say that, or you think that Finn Balor would get some backlash from this?
No, of course not. No, it would have been actually, you know, something. If it hadn't been me, you know, if they were going to do something like this, I would have just like had Samoa Joe go do it. You know, wearing one of those NXT t-shirts. That's what I would have done because he previously worked for TNA. Yeah. I think that would have been kind of a cool visual. But
TNA it would have been that wouldn't have been good. The reason why I say this is because TNA has merchandise still selling for Samoa Joe, so it would have helped sell still.
Yeah, I don't you know, honestly, dude, you know what? I was on the TNA website the other day. I was bored, so I went on their shop, you know, website or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, man, listen, they still got Aces and Aces merchandise up there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's no surprise to me they still got all this leftover Samoa Joe stuff. Had TNA been smart and had Don West still there, they would still have all that shit.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, a lot of it like the most part, some of them keep up there. I was hearing from one of the people down there saying that basically some of it is people keep buying the shit, so they have to restock it, and sometimes they overstock it and all that type of stuff. But still, regardless, some more Joe shit is selling. So
well, I mean, Joe's a big deal. I mean, Samoa mm-hmm. Joe's a big deal. You know what I mean? But as far as like people saying like Finn Balor, I mean, you know, you have the TNA, you know, fans out there, and then you have the TNA haters out there. You know what I mean? But I'm kind of like this. I would love for TNA to somehow survive if they survive. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see TNA thriving. But here's the problem with TNA. The problem with TNA is that at this point in time, yeah, okay, cool. You got EC3 and all them dudes. That's cool. That's whatever. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, bottom line is that right now TNA is at its lowest point it's been ever in the history of the promotion because they got really no big stars anymore. You got no AJ Styles. You got no Samoa Joe. You got no Motor City Machine Guns.
Isn't this something that we've criticized? We've said TNA needs to get rid of. I mean, so that's kind of now. I'm more of a I guess most of the time I always leading on the W side, but I gotta try to make sense out of most of it. Now I remember complaining, talking shit about TNA, saying man, they gotta rely on this, they gotta rely on this. But then again, when they get rid of all of this, we're like, you guys got no more stars. But we kept, and I remember in 2010, I remember the preachings. Hell, we can go back in these videos and we can look at videos of everybody saying, man, they gotta have RVD, they gotta have these people, man, they can't. But then again, when they get rid of them, it's like, oh, they're dying. We've been saying they're gonna die for a long time.
Here's the thing though, when you say it like that. All right, because see, me personally, I was watching TNA back in the day when they were the NWA TNA back in 2002, they were in National at the Asylum.
Cross promotion.
Okay, so I was watching back then when Jeff Jarrett was, going for the NWA title. He had, Ron Killings down there. He was Kate Crush. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I remember that. I remember the first show they did.
Thus the name TNA Crossed the Line. For those who don't know the reference, that's why they was calling it Cross the Line, because they was crossing the NWA. But
yeah. I mean, you had all these different cats down there. But my point is this: when I look at the original TNA roster of people they had down there, I mean, they had, AJ Styles, you had Jerry Lynn, you had Ken Shamrock, you had all these different dudes. I mean, you even had Scott Hall down there at the beginning. You had Brian Christopher down there. You had, like I said, Ryan Killings. You had, Ricky Steamboat would come in and then he,
Hold on. Did you really miss saying? You didn't say that one name. Pow, Monty Brown. Has everybody forgot Monty Brown? Hey, Pounce, Mr. Pounce himself, Monty Brown. Now
about Monty Brown. No, people.
He was big.
Monty Brown?
Oh yeah, he was big.
Shit. I mean the Pounce. I mean the Pounce, man. I mean, you know what I mean? And back when Abyss was actually a monster. It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like they looked at Kane and they're like, okay, WWE is fucking up Kane. Hey, Abyss, we're gonna fuck you up too. Same situation, you know what I mean? So that's what they did. But my thing is that it was at a point in time where TNA had that identity, they had the X division, which made them great, but they were lacking on the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? You had Jeff Jarrett, and people just wasn't really they weren't really feeling Jeff Jarrett like that. So then when they started adding all these different WWE guys, that's when people were like, I don't know, TNA is kind of whatever, but they got a hell of a tag team division. Because you remember they had America's Most Wanted. Mm-hmm. You had the New Church. You had Triple X. Prime Time, Nick Skipper, and Christopher Daniels was low key. They were Triple X. They were part of Sports Entertainment Extreme back in the day. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
SCX.
One of the most memorable cage matches you would ever see with AWA, America's Most Wanted, versus Triple X for the disbandment of the team. If you have not seen that match, you must watch it. Must see. One of the
it was at Against All Odds.
I guarantee that it's top 3 in everybody's category. When you talk about cage matches, you ain't never seen a cage match until you seen that motherfucker there. That was
well, you know what? That's the funny part about it, because that cage match, it was on the B-roll for years at TNA. Prime Time, it was Skipper walking that cage,
yes,
and then flipping over James Storm.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I knew right there this company had some issues, because why would you not push this guy to the world title?
Wow.
But then, you have people later on, when you got people coming in there like, Billy Gunn and Rhino or Scott Steiner.
Oh, no. I had heard Skipper had got hurt. He got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, at that point in time, you kind of like, okay, this really started to be the shit. And then when you fast forward down the line, you bring in people like Hogan and people like Eric Bischoff, hey, you know what? I'm a Bischoff fan. At the same time, you're coming into TNA with that WCW mentality that, okay, we're going to go up against the 800-pound gorilla named the WWE, and we're going to take them down. That ain't going to happen because TNA's audience really, I mean, they had people watch the show, but it never grew over time. It didn't. And look where they're at now. You know, then it's like, you know, we saying for months on the Girl Report podcast that, you know, hey, listen, this Dixie Carter sent this email and sent it to the executives of Destination America, and all of a sudden now, okay, well, you know what, TNA, fuck y'all. Y'all's ratings ain't where they need to be. We want y'all up the network. So it's just like two bad relationships, man. And it's like, could TNA possibly pull another network out of their ass when they're off of the Destination America? I don't know, because bottom line is that this is two relationships that has been fucked up by the upper management. Spike TV's relationship was fucked up with TNA because of Vince Russo. You know, they're lying about Russo still being there, and now this situation is fucked up because of what? She sent an email to the wrong people, talking shit. I mean, it's like you never hear things like this in WWE because they don't happen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the buck stops with Vince. Well, that's a good thing and that's a bad thing.
Well, I disagree. You hear a lot of dirt fucked up shit about WWE. It's just that people, I, honestly, as a fan, I became immune to it. You know, it's like we hear so much dirt about WWE and all the fuck shit. I mean, hell, if we want to go back in time, if talking about WWE is like, especially the dirt, is like, it's uninteresting anymore. Hell, from the sex scandals to Vince fucking folks in the ass and all this kiss the ass shit, all like drug scandals, all this, like WWE got too much shit like that. They got a closet that can't even be closed. Fuck you, mean? So
yeah. I mean, I get that. I'm not saying that they're all innocent. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm basically saying though is that when it comes to a corporate level of dealing with, say, you know, Comcast, you know, Universal, you know, Comcast, ABC, and all them, you know, you don't hear about shit like this. Oh, well, Triple H sent an email, or Cedric McMahon sent an email to the top executives at USA Network, and you don't hear shit like that.
True.
Because it doesn't happen. I mean, the only thing you hear about, and it really is that, you know, has Vince lost touch with the audience? Oh, Kevin Dunn is a cancer in WWE with that camera angle he does, that zoom in, zoom out bullshit. That's what you pretty much hear about. But you don't really hear. I mean, you hear about Triple H. You hear about Triple H maybe being jealous of certain guys. You hear those stories, but never on the level of the stories with Spike TV and Destination America. You don't hear that.
I mean, well, we've heard worse of shit though. I mean, from WWE part. Now that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't really want to go there, that WWE shit, their matters are a little more deeper than when like this shit here with TNA is child's play, email or whatever like that. But shit with WWE is much deeper. They're like serious or more serious to shit. You know, from wrestlers being mistreated, for this going on, that going on. Like it gets deeper. Like it's always something very harsh with WWE. Like I just being a fan and knowing, you know, seeing the reports and the spills that have from WWE, especially in the past, you know, because if we do like a timeline of a life timeline of each company, WWE had way much more fucked up shit being put out about them than like TNA fucked up. They ain't fucked up as much yet, you know. As far as the reports, WWE always has like that very hurtful ass reports and shit like that. Like shit, like oh shit, this is fucked up.
Well, okay, if you want to be fair and accurate about it, the company that really had a lot of bullshit said about them, a lot of bullshit going on as far as a lot of litigation going on, or whatever. It could be racial, whatever. That was WCW.
I said that.
You move on to WWF at the time. They had that sex scandal going on.
They had the story first, and they had the Vince McMahon fucking everybody at first.
Exactly. And the steroid scandal came out. You know, so they had that going on. But the thing about it is with TNA is that they're not on the same. I mean, we all know this. They're not on the same level of the WWE. So if the WWE fucks up, nobody's really going to notice it because everybody is very quick to scrutinize TNA. But TNA has made it that way. You have taken people who gave TNA a chance, and then you fuck them over. TNA has the hottest women's division in the business. Okay, well, they got rid of that. TNA had the hottest division was the X division. They fucked that up. They had the hottest tag team division going. They fucked that up. So it's kind of like now you're at the end of it. It's the bare bones TNA wrestling company. And personally, me, hey, listen, if there's people out there that like TNA, that enjoy the TNA product, more power to you. Me, I don't watch shit because it's not the TNA that I remember.
Well, that's where I come from that. I guess that middle zone is that now, honestly, from a connoisseur of both brands, you know, being the Tennessee native and loving TNA, but being the homegrown WWE cat that I am, you know, so I look at things just from a middle standpoint. I like, you can't tell me, like, if a W fanboy came to me, as they call them, and try to blow smoke on my ass about the brand. I'm like, dude, I don't feel, you know, biased towards this brand. Now, I'll admit I've enjoyed a TNA show. I watched Impact and Raw in 1 week, you know, and I was like, damn, Impact was fucking, okay, that's what I needed right there. I've done that, so I can't sell them short and be like, oh, Impact's always there, they're a loser ass brand. Like, no, I mean, honestly, that's one thing that's the beauty about the industry and companies. You never know what the fuck is really about to happen. You never know who's gonna outspurt. It's just that fucking world. Because if you thought about it, if we go to make believe world, you never know what can really be drugging out. Because for one, TNA to say is gonna die or what like that. That's why I kind of had to curse myself from that, because I was saying that shit back in 2010. But then I was like, you know what? Honestly, when I look at the timeline of the years of each company, the lifeline, I remember they were saying the same shit about WWF or WE. They were saying the same shit. Immediately, the shit that you're saying, or that others that have a dislike for TNA, because TNA has maybe juiced down a little bit for them, you know. But when you think about it, I remember the same shit about WWF. Like, it's oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead. And
no, I'm just gonna say I don't ever remember. You know, I don't think anybody. I don't ever remember that narrative of WWF ever going out of business. I think that's a narrative that was basically said over at WCW. The thing about it too is that we have to understand is that, you know, I see it all the time, all the different memes out there where people say, if you want to see a wrestling company go out of business, that you're not a real wrestling fan. I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm gonna tell you why. Wrestling has always been a very territorial business as it relates to fans. If you go back to, say, the Jim Crockett days, there was people who liked the Crockett NWA, and there was people who liked the WWF. And then you fast forward on down to the Monday Night War, there were people who liked WCW that hated WWF, and there were people who watched WWF that hated WCW. I think you had the ECW fans there as well. So it's always been a very territorial thing. Me, honestly saying right now, I always wanted TNA to be that company that could jump up against WWE. I wanted them to be successful.
But I think we wanted it too bad. I believe that we wanted it too bad, though. Honestly, I do believe that. I think that, you know, us as fans, I think that was the pressure. That's why I backed up off of, because I was wanting that too bad. I'm not gonna lie. As I was like, man, like, you're pissing me off. I want you guys to be get the shit together. I want you guys to be my alternative. But I think people are gonna have to understand it. It's like wanting that child to go to kick this teenager's ass. No, you gotta give him time, you know, or let it. If TNA's gonna die, let them die. But let's not act like, okay, we're gonna let them die. No, if they're gonna die, let them die. But if they're gonna prevail, don't be blindsided. Like, oh shit, they came out. Well, they used to suck. You know, let's not be blindsided. That's why I still have a positive spin on both brands. You know, because let's be honest. If hell,
I can't spin a positive. You mean me personally? I cannot spin a positive, you know, spin on what I'm currently seeing in both companies, because it ain't like WWE is really setting the world on fire right now either. I mean, it's not like, you know, I mean, you look at the ratings here. We're back to like 1996 numbers. You know what I mean? So it ain't like they're doing, you know, a lot of shit over there either. The only thing that's really popping off right now that people are actually watching is NXT. But at the same time, NXT is not going to save the wrestling business. It's going to have to start at the top. It's going to have to start with Monday Night Raw. When Monday Night Raw starts doing better, and then when SmackDown starts doing better, when SmackDown probably will never be shit ever again. It'll have the trickle down effect to the rest of the wrestling industry. But at the same time, the only people to
I enjoyed SmackDown last week. I enjoyed SmackDown last week. I enjoyed SmackDown last week.
SmackDown is a garbage show, man. SmackDown in its heyday back in 1999, and a lot of people don't, a lot of the newer fans don't know this, but the reason why there is a SmackDown is because of a show called WCW Thursday Thunder. You know what I mean? Yep, that's the reason why there's a SmackDown now. But SmackDown is just a shit show. SmackDown is crap. It's just garbage. There's nothing about SmackDown that says, you know what, I gotta watch SmackDown tonight. I used to wait for Mondays and Thursdays. Now, if I catch it, I catch it. If not, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Hey, he never last show used to wait on it. American Icon, I want you to send Andre Cabil the link to the show. He's send him the link inside the actual hangout, so we can get American in here. But man, somebody said y'all need to get back on subject. Okay, we're gonna get back on subject. Who was that? Mark, where are you from? Mark says we need to get on subject. Okay, well I think we kind of I don't know if we kind of just I think we exposed it for what it really is, but at the same time in another world, is this really entertaining? Can it be entertaining? If you're looking at it just from a fan perspective, just a youthful, or let's say this because now we're adults, but to the youth, to the youth, they may take it different. They may not know the shit that we know. They may not look at the way we look at it. They gotta look at it like, oh shit, this is wild. Because my little brother, he loves TNA. He's like, man, I like TNA. Like you can't tell them kids shit. You can tell, oh man, TNA gonna die. Fuck you. What? You say, little motherfucker, I choke shit out you. They love TNA. They think it's the shit. But
you know what, man? Honestly, here's the thing. So what's the next? So this picture with Finn Balor today is on Balor, where everybody's talking about it. So and then Dixie Carter is supposed to make some big announcement on Monday. So what's the announcement going to be? Oh, people are probably going to start saying, oh shit, Finn Balor's out there. Oh, maybe they got bought by WWE. Maybe that's what the big announcement is going to be. Maybe they're going to be on the WWE Network for
that would be fucked up.
Or your free trial. And that's the thing right here. Let me say this real quick. That's the thing right there where TNA is fucking up. Where they can have an extra revenue stream right there. Is they used to have a TNA on-demand service. It used to be online. You can watch old TNA shows.
What you mean they used to upload shit on there?
Why they're just sitting on this shit? You know what I mean? WWE Network is out there. New Japan World is out there. Why is TNA not have their on-demand service out there showing all these old Wednesday night, pay-per-views for $9.99 back in the day? I don't understand that.
I think also for those who don't know, this is DC from the Gerg Report. Frank DC to be correct. Shit, hell,
that's right.
It sounds like y'all need to get her on the Gerg Report. Call up Dixie. It's time to get Dixie.
Well, I'd appreciate that because that's one of the things that we do on the Gerg Report podcast and the Raw Deal podcast. G-Son, you've been on the Raw Deal podcast. We was up there, talking about, Hulk Hogan and shit. So, you've been on there. That's what I try to do. I try to come on there and say the shit for what it is. I don't want to sugarcoat it. You know what I'm saying? I like to go on there and just say what it is. And it's
hold on. Did you say who? Who's that guy?
Who?
Who's that guy? Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
But for those who don't catch on to the joke or the gist of it, it's basically a play on Hogan. People want to be erased him, so we don't supposed to know who Hogan is. So don't let them.
Let me tell you something. They erased him. But I can go on the damn WWE Network right now, and all Hulk Hogan shit is up there, other than his rock and wrestling. So they erased him to a point.
Yeah. So
they erased him to a point. So something. If Hulk Hogan was smart, I ain't trying to get old fascinating ideas. But if he was smart, hey Hulkster, if you really need that fuck money, here's the deal: you need to make your ProWrestlingTees.com store and start selling your shit yourself. Since you own your names, since you own Hulkster, Hulkamania, Hollywood, you own Hulk Hogan, well, why don't you make your own damn store on ProWrestlingTees.com and then try to get the fans to buy you shit for $50 or something like you're already doing your own damn website.
Hey, or advice to Hogan if you are listening, or somebody representative, tell them this. Hey, maybe you can make a swastika, or you can get like a Nazi sign on that motherfucker. Like if all your sales go down on your other shit, You can become like a Hitler activist or whatever like that. All your shit is sell on wrestling tees, and they really love your shit. Like seriously, though, but the racist crowd will love it for real. Hey, brother.
The reason why he's so pissed off about this sex tape. Let's just be honest about it. The reason why he's so pissed off about this sex tape is simply because he didn't get a chance to release his dance up. He would have made money. You know what I mean? I mean, he would have made money on that because there's always. I mean, listen, if people out there can watch China fuck, then they would have no problem with your Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of sick fuckers in the world. That's my point.
Okay, James Carter says, "Let the war games begin." That's right after Brandon Bradley mentioned. He's ready to see this whole thing hit the business. And Alberto Santiago says, "Yes." So everybody's excited about this. I mean, like I'm not gonna front. Yeah, I am excited about it because I just want to see what I want to see is TNA gonna disappoint me because honestly, I believe, and that's the question I gotta ask you, DC, is if you were running TNA right now, let's not fuck the other shit, the dumb shit didn't have this going on with them like that. But right now, you at the helm right now. You're like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. They just signed the contract over to you, so now you got to run this motherfucker. You know, you got a nice little amount of money on you. Okay, well, should I run this son, bitch? Okay, what do you say to your social media team, to your wrestlers right now after you see this post and the world is taking notice of it? They're like, whoa. They're describing it as shot at TNA. What do you do next?
I mean, shit. It's like it's not like we're gonna sit in the war room at TNA offices and like, okay, we gotta plot something next. I mean, what do we have here? It's not like back in the day.
Do you respond? Do you respond? Oh no. You have access to Panda Energy too, money. You have some little funds over there too. So what do you do?
I would just tell the locker room they were fucked. That's pretty much it.
I ain't bagging like no. I'm sorry. What? I'm too street. I ain't bagging like no bitch. Like, fuck y'all. Really?
But what can you say? Honestly though, what can you say? It's like, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do Monday. We're gonna have War Games. You know what I mean? Like, what can you do about it?
Okay.
I was like, what can you do?
Well,
I mean, honestly, she can't send an email out to the proper people without fucking it up. So it's not like she's gonna have.
She's not running it no more. Hold on. She's not running. You're running it.
Oh, so, I'm running it.
Yeah, I said you're running.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Oh, okay. I missed that part. Okay, fine. Here's the deal. Fine. I'm running it. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm still on the company's event. That's the announcement. I'm selling the company's events. Because this company is a piece of shit. Okay, I'm selling the company's events. Jim Terry has Global Force Wrestling down there. Y'all go work for him. And I'm selling the video library and all that shit to Vince. That's it.
There you have it, folks. He's pissed to the max. Today, y'all fucked up with somebody out there. But I know one thing. Me personally, fuck with this dude. We go on the war. Everybody, I don't give a fuck. Y'all better bring y'all ties, WB. We going to war. Y'all finna make Twitter posts. Y'all finna make Instagrams. Y'all finna YouTube videos. Cause hey, they YouTube videos are booming right now. Man, we going to fuck. I'm getting on everybody in the roster. Get y'all ass out here. You know you laying on the goddamn bleachers.
But you trying. You know for yourself.
Are you serious? Really corporate wrestling?
I mean, the moment that there's a war is the moment that WWE is going to send cease and desist to Jeremy Devitt, the WWE's lawyers, going to send cease and desist to TNA. There ain't going to be no war. You say one thing morally wrong about WWE, and they're going to be all in your ass.
Well, it's kind of it's awkward though. The fight is really is really where WWE, they're kind of cautious about TNA because TNA has put so much on WWE. If we look at the lawsuits right now, TNA been kicking WWE ass. So really is
you know what? You know something? I'm gonna cut you off. I just thought about something right now.
You meant to cut me off.
You said earlier there with Finn Balor have any kind of repercussions for this situation. Here's the thing about it that I think that we're all missing here. When the hell has WWE ever actually, outside of whoever they're working with, maybe a Ring of Honor, which is what they talked about on the website, they have never actually officially acknowledged TNA. So all of a sudden now is the WWE contracted talent Sam Balor taking a picture in front of the TNA offices, like it's just not like it's just a thing to do. You know what I mean? They don't do shit like that.
Okay, where are you going with this one? Because I'm trying to see what side you're on this. Because I'm kind of like, huh?
Oh, where I'm going with this is that they don't. I mean, look at the history books. Did they really ever acknowledge WCW back in the day? No, they didn't. So all of a sudden, why are they acknowledging TNA? And all of a sudden, TNA has a big major announcement to make. I'm not saying that WWE, the TNA's bought them or some, or WWE's bought TNA or something like that. I just kind of find it funny that all of a sudden now this dude's taking a picture in front of the office. Why the hell would he be there in the first place? Why would he care about TNA?
Well, let's go back in time. Yeah, WWF they did mention WCW quite a time before the major jam started happening. They did. I was watching the video on it. They did mention WCW quite a few times, a lot of times.
Very rarely.
It wasn't rarely. No, it was quite frequent. But it wasn't. There wasn't no tension. It was before the real tension started happening. But when everybody started being bought over to the WCW, that's when shit was like, okay, don't say shit about them, Jim, on the fucking rock. Don't say shit. That's when it started. But I remember I was watching a little documentary video. They were talking. It was a lot of WCW talk. It was no harsh references. Like they wasn't like it wasn't like, oh, you get in trouble if you mention that. Like then they were.
Only time I ever remember them saying anything about WCW is I remember an episode of Raw is War where Jerry Lawler made reference to WCW and he says you can't ignore them that they exist. WC3 exists. And McMahon said
I remember that. That was way after. I'm not like.
I don't remember that. I don't remember them ever mentioning WCW on the TV. Yeah, Vince would never do that. Why would you give a free plug to the competition?
They did quite a few times, or especially when Flair was WC champion. When he was WCW champion. Okay. Well, fast forward here to now. Yeah.
I mean, when is WWE outside of maybe John Cena talking about, oh, I can go down to wrestle at a company in Florida, brother, or some shit he said on Raw. They don't never acknowledge TNA. They're not even on TNA's not even on the radar. The only time you ever heard about WWE anything with TNA is a litigation lawsuit.
Well, I mean, I said earlier in the show about they I don't know if they still got the video up on YouTube, but they have mentioned it quite a few on YouTube about TNA. They did. Of course, the expert Kaval got in trouble with his mentionings of TNA, and somebody else had a reference to TNA. I forget, but it was.
I don't ever remember seeing any of this shit.
Yeah, it's out there. You can pretty much just YouTube it and shit, and you'll see a fan freak video of it and all that type of stuff. But the biggest one, what you talking about, yeah, which is John Cena. That was like the biggest one. Like that. Of course, it's John.
Oh, back in the day when TNA actually had a little popularity going, the fans would chant TNA. The biggest time they did that was on that Roosevelt Donald versus Donald Trump shit they had going on. Remember that? That segment on Raw that completely bombed, and Vince McMahon is sitting at ringside, and the fans are chanting TNA.
I didn't remember. I'm about to
look. That was really the last. That's really the last time you saw heard the TNA chants.
That actually happened. I didn't remember that.
What?
I don't remember that. I didn't know that.
Oh well, you got to look that up on YouTube. It's Roosevelt Donald versus Donald Trump, and the fans are completely shitting over that segment. It's on a live edition of Raw. Vince McMahon is sitting at ringside, and the fans are very loudly at him chanting TNA.
Okay. American Archive, was it something that you wanted to say? Because you sitting quiet right there.
Oh no, Mike was just muted or whatever. I was doing some stuff around the house or whatever. I kind of like lost it now, but yeah, I was just letting you guys conversation or whatever.
Okay. And also we're gonna go to your comments that are in the comments below. So people don't be getting all pissed and shit. We're gonna read your goddamn comments. We're gonna get to all your lovely comments and shit you want to say about this situation. But a lot of people so far, the feedback in the world right now is pretty positive. People are pretty excited about it. I mean, I'm not gonna try to deter anybody's decision and make you like it or hate it, But it seems like everybody's liking it. They're digging the conversation. I mean, they're digging. I mean, it's a good time. Just be a fucking fan. If you're gonna be a fan, and take it for what it is. And if it's something, it's something. If it's not, it's not. But this is my thing. I guess I'm gonna play devil's advocate. But TNA, if y'all pussy up on a good response or a good, subliminal response, then y'all lost this. This is just shut. I mean, just close the goddamn door on this thing, because I want a good response. Goddamn, I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. I want at least a good response. Hell, like I said, get Anderson, get EY. EY do it, and just do some kind of fucking response. That's all I want. Just a decent one or a fucking rib.
Hey, let EC3 do the response.
But know what? We had the American Icon asked me. He said who would be the top people I would go to, and I said of course
the TNA World Champion.
Of course, but man,
that's, right.
that's not fair though, man. That's he too good. you can't do that, because you gotta look at, and then that's a product.
Yeah, but it's like it would make perfect sense though, man. If the TNA World Champion delivers a video response to Finn Balor, who's the NXT champion, I mean, it would have really been good though, because there's the thing you can look at it too like this. Okay, TNA is not exactly, like I said earlier, lighting the world on fire, as I mentioned at WWE. But at the same time, this picture going viral. All the people out there who are Finn Balor fans that necessarily don't even know what TNA is, they never heard of it. Oh, well, what's this TNA? What the hell is that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They go and discover TNA, go discover Impact, so it should work out both ways. But I don't really think it's going to go anything further or go anywhere further than this. I mean, if maybe if Jeff Jarrett was still there, they would have had a response by now, because he's known for doing shit like that. But I just don't think it's not going to go anywhere.
Well, no, we're gonna see. But I'm ready to talk shit about TNA the minute if it's like, okay, it's shades of. Everybody's here is kind of media and worldly connected and understanding things, but I hate to bring this into the comparison, but Drake and Meek Mills, you gotta fucking respond. TNA, do not be Meek Mills on this one. You have to respond, baby boy. Y'all got to respond. I got to do something other than that shit that subliminal shit on Twitter with what's the guy's name? American? What's the writer name? What's the guy's name? He shot the tweet. You know what I'm talking about, DC? He tweeted to Finn Balor. He said thanks for visiting. Say hi to Triple H, Stephanie for me, whatever like that. So
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, the damn tweet. It's somewhere in time, like people can comment on my shit. So for what everybody listening, post a comment, or that the guy, what's the name of the writer? He posted his name was on. It was on my head. I was like, damn, I'm gonna mention the guy's name, but or the Guido picture. Somebody said it's old.
I saw Grado.
Somebody said that's old. They said it's an old picture that was taken by Finn Balor. So I don't think that's not really a good shot. I mean, right now it's kind of like Drake and Meek Mills right now, because they're sending some loser ass shots back. Like the Balor joint is the reason why it's so strong. Why some people really have hope for a war, actual really unspoken war, or I think the reason why is because there's a so direct and subliminal. It's Finn Balor. We know the history of Finn Balor and TNA. So he's standing right there on the helms of a TNA sign in front of the building, and he's throwing up what? DX suck it. So it's a symbol towards Triple H, and it's a symbol towards suck my dick. So it's like, oh shit. You can't for anybody that's in the wrestling community, you can't deny, okay, yeah, that's a shot. That is a shot. I can't lie. I was because I said earlier in the show, I was talking to American, and he was like, he came to me with the news. I was like, man, it's old. I was trying to do damage control. I was like, it's an old picture. Don't worry about it. It ain't shit. Then he was like, well, they did this. I was like, nah, it don't mean nothing. It's probably just him just cracking. And I thought about it. I'm like, hello. I sound stupid right now. And then he started bringing in the facts. He's like, no, this was done today. He was like, oh, NXT is in Nashville. I was like, oh shit. Damn. So they in Nashville for real? And I looked it up. They in Nashville. And I looked on Finn Balor's Twitter. I said, oh shit, he did post this shit. And I looked at the gestures. I said, well, he's not doing a kind gesture. He's not doing like a thumbs up, or he's not doing like a wave. He's doing the suck it. And he's doing the reference to the DX Triple H suck it. I said, oh shit. Well, damn, that is a shot. That's a hell of a shot. And you in Nashville, you know, and you got a show that night. But luckily, it's a dark house show. It's not a televised show. So for those of you that are hitting me up, inboxing me saying, hey, how can I see the live stream of the show tonight? No, it's not televised. It's not on WWE Network for $9.99. It's not. It's actually not televised. So because people wonder like, oh, I bet people, you know, because for some of my Tennessee friends, they're not happy. I got two that inbox me said that they're going. So I want to know when Chase, no, not Chase, Jace. I'm sorry, I'm Chase must be talking about me. But Jace, my good friend Jace says he's going. He's I think he's down there. Gonna be attending it. So he says he'll tell me about it or whatever like that. He was like there was people in the line that were like talking about the situation and they were gonna give chance out there. So I told him, I said, see if you can video some of it. I want to see this shit because Nashville is very proud of TNA. That's no secret. So it's a good thing that they didn't tell, because I thought it was televised. Alucard said no, it's not a televised event. I was gonna say that now if it was televised, Triple H would just sprang on Finn Balor because that show they're gonna need to really damage control that goddamn show because Nashville is gonna talk some shit. They're gonna be out there ranting. They got a lot of people to eliminate that motherfucker, but WWE, they can do it. WWE, they know how to voice over. They know how to work the crowd. They know how to do that. So I believe in WWE. They know how to control it to a minimum now because this crowd is not that goddamn big. So they control some of the crowds. But big shout out to TNA, man. Y'all got a lot on your plate right now, and I believe the rumor out there is that the announcement that Dixie's going to make is the Indian tour, the overseas tour. I don't know if you heard about that, DC, but there's
I heard something about it, but okay.
But it's a rumor.
That's all fine and well and dandy. But at the same time, I mean, we all just come to the realization that, you know, we're probably looking at the end of the organization, the end of the company.
Hey, and if that's true, oh well, I mean, me personally, okay, all right. I'm fine with that, but at the same time, I want to rather. I mean, I remember I saw reviews of people getting happy that they was like, "Oh, Lucha Underground, it's gone too," and I was like, "What the fuck?" But you know, of course,
it's not really nothing. It's honestly, dude, it's not really nothing to celebrate if TNA goes out of business because it's like.
Well, for neither company, because I've been here a lot of. I saw a couple of. I saw this. I'm not gonna mention this guys. Man, I saw this dude's review talking shit about Ring of Honor. I'm like, hold on. And I said it earlier in this show today. I said there's a company by the name of NWA that's still fucking going right now. And what TV deal have they had in years? None. Right now, the last TV airing they had was partnership with TNA. So. For everybody that thinks that it's the end all say all, it is not the end all say all. Unless the people that are partners and join, unless they say, you know what, we're done. And then I wouldn't be a betting fool to just really cash TNA out, especially knowing that what today's media outlets and how vast you damn it don't need TV, especially with YouTube. I see motherfuckers making money off YouTube like a motherfucker.
They can't survive on YouTube. Let me tell you something. If you remember back in 2005, TNA went dark for a little while because they were dealing with Fox Sports Next.
Yeah, they were doing the pay-per-views.
They tried to survive. They tried to survive on YouTube. They tried to survive, and then they came with the announcement today, airing Impact on Spike TV at 11 p.m. on Saturday, and that's the night their Team 3D made their debut, and Kevin Nash came out there and all that shit. So they can't survive on YouTube. It's just not possible. They can't do it.
Yeah, but it wasn't just YouTube. They was on they was on pay-per-view. That's mainly they was just pay-per-view based. After they moved from their little was that like 30 seconds or 30-minute spots and stuff like that. But at the same time, they bounce back after being in that dark hole for them. They bounce right back. So
yeah, but here's the problem with bouncing back. The problem is that and this is when me and Adley said this on the Raw Deals podcast.
Shout out to Adley.
Actually, it was during the Ford podcast. We talked about this, and I made the comment that or it could have been Raw Deal. I'm not sure. Anyways, I made the comment basically that TNA has had two bad relationships with two networks, and that shit gets around, and it makes these network executives not really want to deal with TNA or Dixie Carter. Simply because they're getting the reputation out. It's not a good one in the industry.
Okay.
You can't trust this one.
Big shout out to Lar Young, Mr. Clash of Kings. He says, T-Sean, it's TNA executive Bob Ryder who commented on it. Okay, thank you for correcting me on that one. So it was Bob Ryder. That's his name.
And Bob Ryder's another one. He's always popping up at the mouth to have some shit to say. But yeah, when the whole thing was going down, when they were talking about, Destination America had pulled Impact, well, he was up there talking about they were going to sue every website out there that was reporting on the situation. It was all false. Meanwhile, you look at the situation a couple months later, they started the interview with Sports Illustrated where she confirms this shit. So that right there, Bob Ryder. Come on, man. Really? That's a problem right there. This is Bob Ryder. It's another guy that was associated with WCW. Now working for TNA.
Well, like I said, if it happens, it happens. But like I said, I'm not looking forward to none of the companies. I wanted more and more of the companies to be out there and to be prominent. Or maybe that's not a realization. Maybe it can't happen. Maybe it can't happen. But I'm sick and tired of people just being happy or hoping or just like they go out of business because it's been like over 5 fucking years. Like I'm like, okay. But WWE, it's the same way. It's been long with WWE. WWE's been pissing people off for fucking well over a decade now.
Yeah, but they're not going anywhere because the bottom line is that people bitch and moan every week about WWE, but yet they still buy the merchandise. They'll still buy the pay-per-views. They'll still watch Raw. They'll still watch SmackDown. They'll still get the network. Why? Because even though you talk shit about the product, we still watch it.
Well, for one, it's like you're programmed to it, from a child age. But let me break it down even more deeper. Like I said, the realization of this timeline matters. Wise. You look at where each company was in a certain timeline in their life period. Right now, TNA is in a certain stage, and WWE is on a fucking 35-year-old stage. So of course they're sustaining or the people are immune or used to them. They're adjusted to WWE, especially like I said. When it's Monday, you automatically know yeah, Raw be on. You know that automatically. You have got because I remember one time when people wouldn't adjust it to that. So let's keep it real. If they make it, they make it. They don't, they don't. But I wouldn't be shocked if TNA does stick around for 20 years. And they do get. I would not be shocked. I would not be the person to be like, oh, I didn't believe. I thought they were because I remember hearing negative shit about WWE, especially when WCW ran. I remember when people were saying, oh, they're going out of business. They're down. They're finna die. I remember. Hell, pull it back. Ex Bill Apter about one of his magazine reports. I remember when people were saying WWE was about to go. The ratings were falling, and WCW was taking on. I remember the tabloids in the reports. So people can kiss my ass with that shit about companies dying. Like if they go, they go. If they don't, they don't. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna enjoy and view every last one. I don't give two shits. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Lay back and fuck some of my bitches. That's what I'm gonna do.
I honestly don't think they're going out of business.
Really?
I don't think they're going to go out of business.
Who?
I think because here's the thing. We have to remember something. There's the company that owns TNA, Penn Energy. They're very successful conglomerate. So they have money.
That's 28 billion. 28 billion to WWE's 800 million. Let's not. No, I'm not. Now people, let's not sell the show. That's why I said I wouldn't really put, for those of you that are hoping they die, I wouldn't really put no pressure now if because Dixie has pushed into second gear before. She hasn't went third or fourth. So if she does say, "Oh no, I'm pushed third gear," and actually goes forward with Panda funding, it'll be even. I don't know. I don't want y'all to match because I don't really too much give two shits. I like okay, but we haven't seen we haven't seen TNA at full throttle yet. We haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna.
Well, you know what? I'll say this real quick. Now I got to run off here.
Okay.
I'll say this though. WCW had a billionaire behind it too, and because of whatever was going on over there, it really depends on what story
Ted didn't get two shits about wrestling. Really, honestly, he didn't. We talking about a whole nother beast, a whole nother devil. Everybody knows the story about Ted.
But that energy don't want to put money into the company. Well, they don't want to put money into the company. If they want to put money into the company, let me tell you something right now. If you put money out there, I mean, where they really made their mistake at was years ago when they could have got Paul Heyman. Because I do believe till this day, if you would have got Paul Heyman and you would have threw some big money out there with the affiliation that Paul Heyman has with Brock Lesnar, you could have had Brock Lesnar. I really believe that.
I don't know. I mean, I one thing I can't agree on. I can't agree that this is that's really the true of it because I'm not behind the scenes. I can't tell that part, and I haven't heard anything like that.
Well, what did Heyman say? Heyman said that if he was to come in there,
Heyman can't tell nobody shit. For one, Heyman can't tell nobody not a damn thing. You look at who we talking about. I rest my case. So Heyman or Bischoff can't say.
You said that about Heyman. You said that about Heyman, and I'm not knocking what you're saying about Paul Heyman. But I mean, my God, man, they had fucking Vince Russo down there for how long?
You talking about TNA?
They kept going back to Russo.
You talking about TNA, correct?
And what good did it do for Vince Russo? What good did it do? If it did so well, then how come that WCW that when Russo was there, all that 2000 and 2001 shit? Hey, you know what? WWE, keep it in the vault. We don't even want to see it. We don't want to see any Viagra on a pole matches and all that shit that Russo was coming up with down there. And then look what he did at TNA. I mean, it was a horrible presentation. It really was. And they kept
I'm not saying Paul Heyman
is the guy like, oh yeah, he's the savior. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if they had been smart about it, you could have Brock Lesnar. You could have Brock Lesnar back in a ring in the United States way before he ever came back to WWE.
I don't know. What was it? What was that? But we don't know. What was that? Was that the deal? Was that the deal to Brock Lesnar coming over or him being persuaded? I don't know because I'm not sure about that because Brock Lesnar he didn't leave WWE on bad terms. So we can't say that. Oh,
he did leave WWE on bad terms.
Not on the first time.
Yes, he did. He did leave on WWE on bad terms. He left the WWE. He didn't want to do the road series anymore. The dude signed a 10-year no compete clause. They fucked it. Because they were pissed off with Brock Lesnar. So they fucked him. Dude signed a 10-year no compete clause. They didn't want him to do shit for 10 years. So they did. So he did leave on bad terms. If he didn't leave on bad terms, then they would never have came up with that.
Well, hold on. If you say they didn't, how in the hell was Heyman supposed to get him to come to TNA if he has a 10-year no complete clause?
Well, well, here's the thing.
But he did compete in UFC.
They eased up some restrictions on that contract. That's how Lesnar was able to perform in UFC. So they eased up the restrictions. But my point is that if they hadn't been smart, when Paul Heyman was trying to negotiate to go to TNA, you could have Brock Lesnar. You could have did Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle in TNA.
Maybe.
It's probably Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. When Samoa Joe was hot in his prime.
I say maybe. But I know you rushing to get off and shit. But well, once again, plug the show because everybody must listen, especially the Raw Deal. I love Raw Deal.
Well, I'll tell you what. Well, I appreciate that. This has actually been pretty fun. Y'all out there listening right now, you can listen to Frank DC and Gerwick, the Gerwick Report podcast over at Gerwick.net. Also, I do the show Raw Deal podcast myself and Allie Green. That's also through Gerwick.net, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn. If you like wrestling T-shirts, we have our own merchandise. ProWrestlingTees.com/Gerwick. You use the promo code right now, GERWECK. Check out that right now. And T-Sean, it's been a pleasure to come up here talking with you about TNA, and we got to get you back on Raw Deal very soon.
And man, I appreciate it. Anytime you need, I'm there. Gotcha.
All right, for sure.
So there you have it, guys. Got Frank DC from Gerwick Report putting in his, his opinions now, because for those that may not like what he was saying or getting salty about anything that he must have mentioned, it's it was his opinion, his opinions, and so forth. However you want to take it. If you like what he was saying or disagree with what he was saying, his opinions. American, how did you feel about the majority of the commentary? Because I know some of y'all like, man, y'all was there for a long time. Yeah, that's how the discussions they pretty much go sometimes. But I'm really feeling, the energy was going on right now in social media, because I'm looking around, and that's really it's trending topic on Google like a motherfucker. American went lying about that, but it's fucking trending topic, and everybody's on it and talking about it right now, which is pretty good. Like I say, this is good for wrestling. I can't really predict what's about to happen, so that's good. Or what comes, I don't know. I'm hoping for something exciting. Please, something exciting happen. But American, are you there? Just, I know you had your mic on mute, but
Yeah,
it's just you're there. But how did you feel about some of the things that DC was saying? Did I do a good job at keeping it up here?
I've been in and out, so I really can't comment on what he was saying. Okay. I've been kind of distracted, unfortunately, when this is a hot button issue or a really big topic. I've been very distracted around the house.
Okay. I know we tried to get Andre up in here. Was you able to ever send him the link?
Yeah, he said he was working. He's at work.
Okay. Yeah. Well, stay your ass off these damn comments. But we pretty much. And big shout out to Hill Steven. I first saw the report of the Finn Balor situation. Hill Stevens page, man. Big shout out for him. Capitalized on that, jumping on it right away. Good friend of ours here at the Wrestle Talk Media as well. And for everybody that's tuned in right now, the war is on. Oh yeah, TNA versus NXT or WWE NXT to be exact. On Wrestle Talk Media, we are live, and like I said, later on this Sunday night after Bound for Glory, me, American Alucard, and probably a few other more friends, because we usually try to gather up everybody. For those who want to be a part of the hangouts, the podcast, the vidcast, and want to be a part of it, inboxes, messages, comment, say something, speak up. Don't be afraid. Come on, come with us if you want to live. Shit, do it. Wrestle Talk Media. Go to Facebook. And shout out to everybody that's trying to add us up to Wrestle Talk Media. Wrestle Talk Media group on Facebook. Wrestle Talk Media. Put that in your search bar. Add yourself to the group. Or hell, Facebook me, T-Shawn the One or T-Shawn Jason, and I'll either add you, because it's a lot of what is up all these damn free requests that I keep getting. Like I got over 300 something. I think I got 1,000. Okay. I got 300. I got 300 new free requests, but everybody trying to add me on my Facebook page. Look, I'm running out of friends to add. So for everybody that's been listening in, tuning in, I want to thank you for listening in. Oh, I'm gonna read some of these comments. I forgot. Let me read some of you guys' comments before we go off this live show. Refresh the page here, or American. If you want to read the comments, you can read them, or I'll just go ahead.
First, Balor takes shots at TNA, then Grado takes shots at NXT, then Balor commenting on situation. I literally have no clue going on, because I don't know if I should take this serious or if I should take as a joke tweet on Twitter. But I highly doubt something like NXT in vain beat Bound for Glory this Sunday. What happened? I'll be shocked if something like that happens. It could be a joke, but I don't think Vince approved. Only time I've seen WWE mention TNA on TV was during a Raw episode during the Cena promo. I'm surprised WWE didn't tell Finn Balor to remove his tweet after the attention he got. Andre Corbill, the caller, is talking out of his ass. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all the comments. Yeah.
It says it could be a joke, but I agree with T-Sean that I don't think Vince approved that from Finn Balor. No, I don't think he approved that. I don't think he approved it at all. And of course we had Andre Graville in the comment section below. But other than that, that's pretty much it, folks. NXT's Finn Balor sends shots at TNA. NXT versus TNA. It's looking pretty interesting. Looking pretty damn interesting. And oh yeah, and thanks for the comment of somebody inboxed me and said, "Hey, I love the picture." Yeah, I made the picture real quick and to put it on the YouTube channel. And for everybody that's also subscribed, yes, do subscribe to the Goody Girl Network, the Goody Girls Network, and also if you get a chance to subscribe to Goody Nation ENT, which of course, like I said before, has a lot of variety from women dancing. Shout out to the brand new Shadow Girl Goody who has a stripper pole video out right now. So for the guys, I know you're gonna love that, and for the ladies that want to learn how to pole dance, you can learn that too. So it's a lot of it going on, a lot more entertainment in Good Nation Entertainment. More events. The Good Girls. Oh, big shout out to the Good Girls. They got their 4th annual Night of the Living Twerkers event going on. Many twerk battles have happened. Their championships have been passed on through that. So one of the biggest events of the year for the Good Girls organization as well. So shout out to my ladies and that's throwing that big event. So I can't wait to see this packed out soul crowd in this something bitch. But other than that, I'm your man T-Sean. And this guy is.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to hit it, cuz. Yeah. We'll catch you guys later.